Welcome to Talk of the Town, everyone. I'm your host, Robyn Zimmerman. It's good to be with you for this edition of our program. We always bring you our show from the WHHI television studios on Hilton Head Island, right near the Sea Pines entrance at the Courtyard building. Our first guest is actually from the town of Hilton Head. His name is Matthew Carey, and he is a GIS administrator. So we're going to begin with that, Matthew. What does GIS stand for, and really, what is your role with the town?
GIS stands for Geographic Information Systems.
Okay.
It's essentially computerized mapping, tracking and storing data in a geographical sense. So it's kind of a support role for all the different departments of the town, because everything that people do has some sort of a geographic element to it.
Okay.
So this is just a way to help people do their jobs in a more efficient manner, maybe store or communicate data sets with the public.
Mm-hmm. All right. Very good. I shared with you that I was a census taker for the 2020 census, and as a result of the census has been redistricting. And so I think a lot of our viewers might not really completely understand, me as well, really what is redistricting and why is it important, why should I care? So let's begin with what happened after the 2020 census and redistricting.
Sure. So redistricting is essentially just a way of redrawing the maps of where people vote within a government area. So for the island, we're doing redistricting for town council members.
Okay. All right. And so how you as a GIS administrator, how are those maps, get more into detail how those maps are drawn?
Sure. So with the census results, the smallest area within a census is the census block. And those are kind of created, it's kind of confusing. It comes from the federal government, and they essentially take what I believe is just imagery data.
Right.
And they look for ways to divide a populated area. So it could be things such as roads, streams or creeks, even power lines can get picked up when they do it. So there's not a whole lot of rhyme or reason to how the blocks are drawn out, but that is what we have as our starting point.
Okay.
It's actually, even with the blocks, the population isn't uniform. So there could be some blocks that have 9 people. We have some that go up to 700 to 900 people within a block.
So why should I care about redistricting?
So the redistricting is going to be designate where you vote and who you vote for in the town. So the town has 6 wards. Each one has their own council member. And with the redistricting process, people are going to get, it's hopefully going to stay close to the same, but there's going to be some reorganizing in where and who you vote for.
So you said it's going to be pretty close to the same? So
that's our goal.
Yeah.
Our starting point was looking at the current town wards that we have now and seeing if it would be feasible to just go with those. But there's been so much change in the growth and population of the island in the last 10 years that in some wards it's below the limits of what's allowed, and in some wards it's above. So we had to go in and move some things around to make sure that everything is as close to uniform as possible, so each voter gets equal representation.
So you said that you had worked in Bluffton, and then now you're with the town of Hilton Head. Much difference between the two municipalities, would you say?
I mean there's
both
different
growing.
things. Just Hilton Head's unique because it's an island.
Yes. Yes.
So there's different issues that the town of
Yes.
Hilton has than the town of Bluffton might have. But essentially it's the same region.
Yeah.
Well,
Growth.
yes.
Booming. All right. There are a couple of meetings coming up. If you would like more information, again, it can be very complicated, but I know the town will make it simple for you. So you've got a meeting on Wednesday, looks like at the 16th of February, and then Tuesday the 22nd. Are those in person?
Yes, those are in-person meetings. We've had 2 previous ones already, and we've had lots of citizens show up and give input and any suggestions that they've had or concerns that they might have that we can address. And if people also want to reach out to the town, they can speak to their town council members.
Perfect. Right. And again, the website is hiltonheadislandsc.gov.
Yes, ma'am.
If you want to learn more about the meetings and what time they are and everything. Matthew Carey with the town of Hilton Head Island. Thank you so much for being our guest.
Thank
you. Good
you.
information, very important. Appreciate it. And we'll be right back with Talk of the Town. Don't go away.